Hey Onyx Tribe, let me guess. You've been diving into coding tutorials for hours or maybe for some days, and you've been following along, typing every single line of code, and at some point you felt you've learned a lot. Then you decide to sit back and build your project from scratch. Then all of a sudden you get stuck. Nothing seemed to work. It feels like you've forgotten everything. Trust me, I've been there. I used to think that being a great programmer is about memorizing syntax, Xing tutorials, and watching tons of videos. But what I've come to realize is coding isn't about following someone's perfect step. It's about solving problems, real problems. Think about it. Why do you think companies hire developers? It's not because you can recreate a to-do app from a tutorial video you saw, but the fact that you can take up challenges, think critically, and figure out issues even when they are not clear. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly why solving real problems is the key to leveling up your programming skills and how you can start tackling those challenges, issues you will face, and why solving problems is the key to greatness. Let's get right into it. So why does solving real problems matter so much? Let me break it down for you. It's like a passenger in the back seat. You're not the one driving. So even if it feels like you're learning, you're not in control. But when you step up and take up challenges or tackle challenges, like fixing a bug or even building a project from scratch, then you become the driver. That's when the learning happens. Let me share a personal story. I spent a lot of time watching tutorials. It was exciting. I felt like I was learning so much. So at some point, I felt like building my own. Something so real, something I could call mine. That's when I built my first official app. It was a bank app. I called it NIX Pay. I hosted it on one of these coding platforms, and while I didn't have real users, it was designed to perform real transactions like sending and receiving money, viewing transaction history, checking balances, and more. It was a full stack app, and I built both the front and back end all by myself. Let me tell you, when I finished, I felt on top of the world. Even though it wasn't being used by actual customers, I was so proud of what I had accomplished. It was more than just an app for me. It was a proof that I could take up an idea, break it into pieces, and turn it into something functional. And that's the beauty of solving real problems. You move beyond watching someone code to actually creating something unique. You face challenges, sure, debugging errors, fixing bugs, handling new concepts, but those challenges are what truly make you grow. With NIX Pay, I learned so much, more than anything any tutorial video can ever taught me. I figured out how to handle backend logics for transactions. I handled how to design an intuitive user interface for the front end, and I also discovered how to troubleshoot issues when things don't work as expected. So that's why I say, if you want to be a great programmer, you need to get your hands dirty, solving real problems. Tutorials are great for learning the basics, but it's in creating and building your own project that will develop the skills of confidence you actually need. So, how do you start solving problems? Here are 3 simple steps to get you started. Step 1. Start small and practical. Don't aim to build the next billion-dollar app right away. Begin with something useful but manageable, like a to-do list app, a budget tracker, or a small tool to simplify tasks. For me, it was NIX Pay, a simple banking app I created to handle basic transactions. Step 2, use what you know. You don't need to master every tool before starting. Build with the skills you already have. You know HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Create a dynamic website. If you're comfortable with Python, automate some task. Push yourself just enough to grow. Step 3, search, research, and repeat. Every developer spends a lot of time Googling. It's part of the process. Stack Overflow, GitHub, and documentation are your best friends, trust me. When I built NIX Pay, I didn't have all the answers from the beginning, but I found them through research and experimentation. Bonus tip for you guys: contribute to open source projects. If you're unsure of what to build, contributing to open source is a great way to solve real problems. While collaborating with others, you will get your hands on experience with real world code bases and learn directly from experienced developers. Plus, it's a great way to give back to the community. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about learning, growing, and building confidence one challenge at a time. So pick a problem today, start small, begin your journey. Let's talk about challenges, because solving real problems isn't smooth sailing. You're feeling overwhelmed? Start small. Break the problem into manageable pieces and tackle one thing at a time. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. It adds up. Debugging nightmares, embrace the process. Use tools like console logs, debuggers, or even explain your code to a rubber duck. Yeah? And remember, Google and forums like Stack Overflow are your ally. Imposter syndrome, that voice saying, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, I don't know if I can ever get it right. It's more common than you think. Remember, even the best programmers had to start from somewhere. Surround yourself with supportive communities. Track your wins and take it one step at a time. We will dive deeper into this topic in another video. Losing motivation. When the journey feels slow and frustrating, set clear and achievable goals. Track your progress and remind yourself why you started this in the first place. Take breaks and when needed, and celebrate the journey, not just the destination. Challenges might slow you down, but they are where the real growth happens. With the right mindset and strategies, you will not only overcome them, but you will thrive. Face them head on, learn from them, and keep going. You've got this. Here's the truth. Solving real problems is what separates good programmers from great ones. It's not just about writing code, it's about creating solutions that matter. When you solve real problems, you push yourself out of your comfort zone, you learn how to think critically, adapt to challenges, and develop skills that go beyond what your tutorial can ever teach you. Every project, every bug fixed, every late night breakthrough adds up, and the impact, that's the best part. Trust me. Whether it's small app that simplifies someone's daily activities or a bigger project that creates real change, the sense of accomplishment and knowing your work is helping others is unmatched. So here's my challenge to you. Drop your first coding project idea in the comments below and let's brainstorm together. It doesn't have to be big or perfect. Just start. Who knows? Your idea could be the next great solution. If this video inspires you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who needs a little nudge to get started. To my viewers, welcome to the community. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on more tips, tutorials, and real talk about coding. Your journey to greatness starts right now. The only question is, what problem will you be solving next?